Greetings everyone and welcome to Trizity Traveling. I'm your host John, and today I continue my exploration of the cheap three, as I like to call them, Spirit, Allegiant, and Frontier. Now last week we explored Frontier Airlines, and hopefully a lot of you watched that video and got something out of it. Today we're doing Spirit Airlines, and from what I've heard about the airport and from my friends who really love airplanes and traveling, Spirit doesn't have a very good reputation. I don't know what you've heard, but things I've heard about passengers having excess delays, being stuck on airplanes, on the tarmac, stuff like that, don't make it sound very good. So much like last week when I went to fly on Frontier, I have very low expectations of Spirit Airlines. Hopefully the proof is in the pudding and they turn out to be better than my expectations. It's a very low bar, so it probably won't be too hard to get over the bar, but we shall see. Before I get to the trip report and share my experience with Spirit Airlines, I hope you'll take a second to hit the subscribe button, click the reminder bell, and you'll be automatically notified of future trip reports. If you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up at the end. That'll really help my channel. So Spirit Airlines was founded way back in 1993. Seems like a really long time ago now. I vaguely remember 1993, so I'm showing my age a little bit. Regardless of my age and my memories, today I'm flying from Denver to Las Vegas with Spirit Airlines. I am in a regular Spirit seat, which is a little bit snug. Let's see, anything else that I forgot to mention? I think that covers all the basic details. We will start today's video and the trip report with a look at the booking process, which is a little different, and like the other low-cost carriers, Spirit does what I consider to be a la carte booking, but then they switch it up with a bundle just like Frontier does. So the way they do things is very similar to Frontier, but unique to Spirit. So let's get to the trip report. To start my booking process, I was curious about what bags actually cost. I know I'll be traveling with at least one suitcase because I'm going to be gone for about a week and spending a weekend in Las Vegas, so bag fees seemed like a logical place to start. Since bag fees are a function of the flight, they provided me the following fee table for my flight from Denver to Las Vegas. The only thing they don't charge for is your personal item, and that assumes that your personal item will fit under the seat in front of you. As you can see from the table, bag fees jump $10 if you don't add them during your initial booking and are $20 more at check-in and $30 more if you have to add a bag at the gate. These fees apply to carry-on as well as checked bags. To have the least costly bag prices, you're going to want to do it during the booking process. One nice feature of their website is you can move directly from the fee table to a booking page that's pre-populated with the origin, destination, and day from your bag search. I need to get to Vegas early on my flying day, so I've chosen the 7:30 a.m. departure, which also is the least cost departure. Similar to Frontier Airlines in last week's trip report, Spirit also has the bundling option. Looking at a la carte prices, a seat would be $22. A checked bag during the booking process would be another $32. And I was able to find a $5.99 fee for early boarding, bringing the total of my a la carte options to $62. Looking at their boosted combo, I would save $12 over the a la carte price. Turns out this is the same amount I saved by selecting the bundle on Frontier as well. Using the boosted combo also allows you to pick an exit row seat for no additional charge. I typically don't like to sit in the exit row as I really don't want the responsibility. I did consider the big front seat for an additional $15, but as I'm planning a comparison video with Frontier and Allegiant who don't offer this option, I decided to skip it this time. I do have a flight booked from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale in the big front seat, so I'll be able to provide a trip report on that in a couple of weeks. One additional fee that I think is easy to avoid for most travelers is the $10 agent check-in fee. You can avoid this fee by using their mobile app for the check-in process. My total fare for this roughly 2-hour flight is just over $100. I think that's pretty good. As we get into Denver International Airport, I do have a confession. This airport always confuses me. I always seem to have trouble navigating the actual innards of the airport. They have a north and south security and east and west terminals. And frankly, I didn't really know where to find Spirit, so I ended up just kind of wandering around. If you don't know much about Denver International Airport, they have some odd things. They have these odd murals, and I've done a trip report in the past years with that. This is the first time I've come across the creepy gargoyle in the baggage claim area. I'm not quite sure why it's there. No signs, just a gargoyle on a pedestal. Just kind of weird. Regardless of the gargoyle, I'm back to wandering around the airport looking for Spirit. Thankfully, they did have signage that led me to the check-in desk. For future reference, at least for the moment, Spirit is in the north side of Terminal East. I will be tagging my own bag to save some money before my ID is verified and I drop my bag with the gate agent. The expected I don't have COVID checkoff during self-bag tagging. The entire process of self-tagging took maybe 3 minutes, and ID verification and bag drop took like 2 more minutes. It's very efficient. I'm pretty impressed by that part of the Spirit experience. Thankfully for me and my directionally challenged abilities in Denver, security is right around the corner. I also have TSA pre-check, so I'm into the subway station in just a couple more minutes and heading to the C concourse and gate 50. This trip occurred September 25th of 2020. This is the 4th time I've been through Denver this year. It does appear that much of the Denver International Airport has reopened. The number of open shops and restaurants now outnumbers those that are closed. Concourse C has 29 gates, and construction is ongoing to add 16 additional gates on the east end. Spirit has a fairly small presence in the C concourse, where Southwest Airlines is the dominant airline. The airport website indicates this expansion will also include a newly constructed outdoor deck and provide views of the prairie, and will feature a pet relief area, outdoor seating, and a fire pit for ambiance. Actually, that sounds pretty good. With my boosted bundle purchase, I'm boarding in Group 2. The advertised seat width from Seat Guru is 17 3/4 inches wide, and somewhere between 28 and 34 inches depending on where you sit in the aircraft. During my initial booking, I selected 7F, a window seat. Later, I changed that to 3F, the seat behind the big front seat. After flying on Spirit in this particular row, I don't recommend it. The high back of the big front seat makes this row feel cramped to me. This seat feels like it's got 28 inches of pitch, which is not great. At least none of the seats on Spirit recline. That would really add to the discomfort.
Current weather in Las Vegas is 74 degrees, clear skies, winds are out of the south.
We were delayed on the ramp after pushback for some reason. No explanation was given, but eventually we were heading down to runway 25 for a departure to the west. If you want more aviation content like this departure in normal speed, I've got a dedicated aviation channel. Link is in the info. On Spirit, there's no Wi-Fi, therefore no streaming. It's a good thing I like to look out the window. Some good landmark spotting on our way to Vegas. Some in-flight announcements from the lead flight attendant.
So we got Mr. Optimus, he wants on your safety and the safety of those seated around you, please keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated, even when the seatbelt sign is off. Now this time you'll be using for electronic devices. If you're going to enjoy movie or music, please make sure that you're using headphones for everyone's comfort.
I am heading to Vegas, so I settled on water, best to stay hydrated to prepare for Vegas. As you can see, it's mostly a full flight with no intentional social distancing. I am looking forward to the big front seat trial. I don't think I've mentioned how I give something a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thumbs up and thumbs down are given when something is especially good or especially bad. I also will give them when something is surprising. As we descend into Vegas, it's time for my first thumbs up, and today, like Frontier, I've really got none. This experience is essentially basic transportation. I almost gave the baggage drop process a thumbs up, but it's just bag drop, so I didn't really think it was that special. The almost thumbs down today goes to the a la carte pricing. I think this sort of model is fairly confusing, and I think it actually causes a lot of people to probably spend more money than they would otherwise. That's my impression. I have no proof of that. If you have any questions or comments about Spirit, please post them below. I'm happy to respond.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Las Vegas. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and carry on items stowed until the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate and the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please use caution when opening overhead bins. Signs may have shifted during flight. You may now use your cell phones. We invite you to visit Spirit.com for all your future travel needs, including check and choose the lowest fare and total price options. Thanks again for choosing Spirit Airlines. It's been a pleasure having you on board, and we hope we'll get you back again soon. We do have a couple favors to ask of you. First off, if you're sitting next to a window, if you could just go ahead and close those, that'll help us keep the cabin nice and cool for our next flight. And second, during the deplaning process, in order to allow some sort of social distancing, we do ask that you remain seated until the row ahead of you is stood up to get their luggage and speak on exiting the aircraft. Thank you.
And it's time for me to wish you and yours safe and happy travels. That concludes today's Spirit trip report. If you look at the time code, there's still like 8 minutes left of video and such. I had a request from a commenter named Mike. That's the only detail he gave me was Mike, but his request of me was to show walking from the gate to baggage claim in Las Vegas. I guess he wants to see what Las Vegas is like in the airport. So the next little bit of video is the arrival in Las Vegas and the walk to baggage claim. Here you go, Mike. Hope you enjoy it.
A14, please. S stands for A14.
There you go, Mike. I hope that was to your liking. Drop a comment below if it was.